Guys, welcome again to Steven Corporate Services. Today we are delighted to teach you on one very important feature, which is name reservation. So when you're doing a name reservation, you'll be faced with different options. You have to ask yourself first if you are registering a business name or a private limited company or a guarantee or an incorporated trustee. Now, if you have gone through our theory section, you would be familiar with what we are saying here. If you are registering a business name, there are requirements for it, and also there are procedure for it. Now we're going to show you how to register a business name. The first thing you're going to do if you want to register a business name is to do the name reservation. You already know where to do that, so you click on name reservation, you scroll down. Once you scroll down, you click on new name reservation. Now let's say what we want to register is a business name, so you click on business classification. At the business classification, you can see business name. You click on the business name, then you click on business type, select the business type. Now there are two business types for business name. Is either it's a sole proprietor, which is just a single person, or a partnership, which cannot exceed two person and not less than two person. So if you're registering a business name, it means that the people that would make up the owners of the business can only be one in the case of a sole proprietor, or two and not more than two or less than two in the case of a partnership. So let's use a sole proprietor here. Then you click continue. Brings the names, next information. Do not mind the fact that they wrote company information here. Look down, you see the business name, and then you continue. So let's use something like Steven Corporate Services. Since it's a business name, it shouldn't end with a limited, so you can just continue with Steven Corporate Services. Then what do we do now? There are different options here. You have to take your time to understand the different options so that you don't mislead your clients. Please pay attention whenever you make a mistake in the new portal and you apply a business option which is inconsistent with what you are doing. You cannot change it. If it was in the previous portal, we could just use other services doing the name reservation. Then afterwards, when we are doing the main application itself, then we'll now move to the select option again and reselect it. But in this particular AI portal, once you click on manufacturing, for instance, that is it. You cannot do any other thing outside manufacturing, and you cannot change it after the name has been approved. So we're going to click professional, scientific and tech services. We're going for legal and accounting. Yes, we're going to do legal and accounting services. Then we'll click check availability. Then check it. If it's available, it will tell us. If not, to let us know. So if it's available, we're going to get a congratulations. Okay, so the business name Steven Corporate Services did not pass the compliance check. Business line requires certificate. Line of business contains keyword that requires professional certificate. Now, I believe this must be an error with the system. Now, the system is still being under reconstruction. So because of that, that is why we have similar issues like this. But then let's try another name to avoid this issue. Let's change the service. Let's use something like education and see what they say. Education. So while we wait, just want you to be patient. Whenever you are working with this, you have to be patient. Make sure you are following the instructions, and that is why getting a training is very important. The training will enable you see what to face and enable you to avoid certain mistakes that you might encounter while on your own. So because Steven Corporate Services Limited is already registered, they brought out a 95% similarity score. So that's what you get if the business is registered. So exactly what I wanted you to do. So let's go for a business that is not registered. I am sure that I can just change this, just an example. So let's do Steven Corporate Academy. Let's see what happens. Education as well. So like I said, the name Steven Corporate Academy did not pass the compliance check. Reason qualifier not found. So we are meant to end with a qualifier. This is a very serious issue. However, if we should add a qualifier to this now, the name will pass immediately. Let's check it out. So let's use something like Steven Corporate Academy Enterprise. I prefer enterprise. It sounds more original. So check it out. Wow, so they said prohibited business name. So still, are you learning? I believe you are learning because the essence of this video is to learn. So the business name Steven Corporate Academy Enterprise did not pass compliance check. Reason prohibited business name. Proposed name is reserved or prohibited. Kindly modify name. Okay, so I believe we cannot just use Steven Corporate in this. So we can see that the issue we're facing here is because Steven Corporate is very similar to what we already have. So let's use Steven Academic Enterprise. Okay, still prohibited. Okay, you know what? Let's refresh the dashboard so that we can avoid the issue that we've just faced and start again. I believe because of this multiple application, the business name portal has refuse to work. So let's try again. Let's try something else. Let's say the the Excel global. So let's just put manufacturing. Let's just be very random now and see what happens. I just want to show you what happens after a name has been approved. Very good. So we can see it now. The business name, the Excel Global, is available for registration. Immediately after that, what you need to do is to click on the continue. After clicking on the continue, you would see the continue to payment, then click on continue to payment, then the remitter dashboard review. Just immediately you click on pay. However, I'm sure the payment may not be going through now because of the time, but you can pay at any time. Just that the new dashboard is having some issues and it's not really consistent, but it's up now. So since it's up, you just put in your card details and click the payment, and once the payment is done, next thing you will see is that the reservation will be made and it will come down to not submitted application. You will see that here, this the exact global would now be submitted, and when it's approved, you will see what is written here, approved. So that is what will happen after you have made the payment. The dashboard will change. You will be notified that payment has been made, and to reflect, you will see that the payment is approved. Since we don't need this name, we're going to delete it. So that means you can delete an application that you do not need. So delete application, yes, delete, and that is it. I believe this was helpful to you. Please let us know if you enjoyed the class. Also like, subscribe, and make your comments to help us know how to do this better. Thank you so much.